Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brewster Tizzy here, and I'm gonna be starting up a new series here. I'm gonna be doing MLB The Show 18 franchise, and for the first franchise ever on MLB The Show, I'm gonna be choosing the Texas Rangers here. So yeah, this should be a really fun series. Texas Rangers, they're not the best team. Their pitching rotation is horrible. They have some good prospects and some good hitters, but it's going to be definitely a challenge to try to kind of rebuild them and make them into a World Series contender like they were back in 2010 and 11. So for this video, this is just going to be the intro video. I'm going to be showing you all my settings and basically all the setup and the lineup and the rosters and everything about it. So I will also be doing everything manually, and I'll also be starting it in the regular season because I just do not really feel like starting the spring training really. Alrighty, so here we are in the main menu here, and yeah, this is, like I said previously, just an intro video. I'm gonna go over everything starting now. So I'm not the best player at MLB The Show 18, so I'm just gonna have the hitting difficulty on All-Star and also the pitching on All-Star as well. So I might actually update it and move it up to Hall of Fame once if it's like too easy or if I get a little bit better. But right now I'm just gonna keep it at All-Star. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention I have the hitting on directional hitting because I suck at zone hitting. So I'm not that great at zone hitting yet, but I'm just going to use directional for the time being. And I just have all the regular sliders on. I didn't change it, so it's just all the default sliders on. Alrighty, so here is the Texas Rangers roster, and this is what we're going to be working off. I also should mention that I am using the OSFM latest rosters, which I think was a draft day. So it has all of the new 2018 draft rookies and stuff like that. So like I was saying, this is the Texas Rangers roster here. Our best player is 38-year-old Adrian Beltre. He is a 92 overall. And looking at stats, he's a really good hitter. But the only problem is he is 38 years old, so he's going to be heavily regressing and probably going to be retiring after this year. So we're definitely going to have to make a decision on if we want to keep him. So looking at our starting pitchers here, the Rangers are just a complete mess. So yeah, there is no really good pitchers that we have on this starting rotation right of now. Our best pitcher is 34-year-old Cole Hamels. He's an 83 overall. So he's decent, but at the same time he is 34 years old, so he's going to be heavily regressing. We also have Mike Minor, who's a 79 overall. We have Doug Fister, who's a 77 overall. Matt Moore, who's 73. And we have Bartolo Colon, 72 overall. And 44 years old. So everyone is basically around their 30s. Or higher, so yeah, definitely a really bad rotation that we're gonna have to work on. And going through the pitching prospects, the Rangers don't have anyone that like great. I mean, they have a few B potential prospects that are slightly long, like Chichi Gonzalez is okay, Yohander Mendez is decent as well. And then yeah, there's some more B prospects down here, and then also Cole Winn, which they drafted in this year's 2018 draft, is on the roster. So I mean, there's no A pitching or A potential prospects on for starting pitchers here, so that is kind of a concern, and we're definitely going to need to work on starting pitchers. And looking at the relief pitchers, it's not as bad as the starting pitchers, as we do have Alex Claudio, who's 81 overall B potential. He's 26 years old, so that's good. He's young. And also another young B potential relief pitcher here, Jose Leclerc. He is an 80 overall, so we do have some decent relief pitchers here in our roster, but the rest is just literally all C potential players, so nothing looking good except these two players, Alex Claudio and Jose Leclerc. And the Rangers' closing pitcher is Keon Kayla, who is a 83 overall B potential, and he's 24 years old, so we don't have to really worry about closing pitching. And looking at the catchers for the Rangers, there is no one except Robinson Chirinos right now, but he is 33 years old, so like the rest of the old players on this roster, they're going to be heavily regressing. So right now he's good. He has really good power, but we have no catching prospects whatsoever on this team, so we're definitely going to need to fix that. Here at first base, though, we do have Ronald Guzman. He's 74 overall, 23 years old, beat potential, and he's a power hitter, as you might suspect, as first baseman. So he's really good. I'm glad that we don't have to worry about first baseman. We have a nice young up-and-coming prospect here that should be our starting first baseman for many years. And same with second base, Rougned Odor. He is really good. He is 24 years old. He has A potential, and he's a 79 right now. So once again, we do have a franchise second baseman, so we don't have to worry about that really. But here is the main concern. Like I said earlier, Adrian Beltre. He's really good right now, but he is 38 years old, and he's just gonna be heavily regressing, and he's probably gonna retire after this year. So, and we don't have any good third base prospects in the making, so we're definitely going to have to try to replace him. So I might trade him near the trade deadline, depending on if we're doing really bad or if we're doing really good. So yeah, one of the bright spots on this Texas Rangers offense is this infield and also at shortstop. So we have Elvis Andrus, like I said earlier, who is 86 overall. And we also have Jurickson Profar, which is another really good prospect. So I'm glad that we have two really good shortstops. And then at left field here, we do have Joey Gallo. The one thing about Joey Gallo is I might move him to first base or third base. Probably third base to actually replace Adrian Beltre. But then that would leave a hole at left field because we have no one else. But Joey Gallo here, I love Joey Gallo. He's a huge power hitter, as you can see, 99 power versus righties and 92 powers versus lefties. He has a decent arm too in the outfield, so that's pretty good. His only bad spots are contact, and obviously he's not the most athletic player. So, but yeah, I'm really excited to use Joey Gallo. He's one of my favorite players to play with in the MLB show, and I'm probably going to be moving him to the infield. And then one of the best prospects on this whole entire roster is Willie Calhoun here. He's 23 years old, 64 overall right now, but he does have A potential, so he's going to be a really good outfielder for us in the future. Obviously, the Rangers got him in the trade for Yu Darvish when they traded him to the Dodgers, so really glad that we have a really good outfielding prospect. And then looking at center field here, here's another really good bright spot on this roster is Delano DeShields. He's an 81 overall right now, 25 years old, has B potential, but look at his speed, 99 speed. So he's a really good athlete. He has a decent arm. He's a really good defender and has decent contact. Obviously, he doesn't have that much power since he's pretty short and a like really good athlete, but really excited about him. He's gonna be a really big part of this roster. And then we also have some other decent prospects in the making right now, like Carlos Tochi. He's a 64 overall with B potential, 22 years old, and also Leody Tavares, as he's 19 years old and has A potential. And we also have some B potential outfielders here, so we're stacked right now at center field. So that's really good for us. We don't have to worry about outfielders really that much. And then lastly, looking at right fielders here, Sin-Soo Choo is currently the best player, but we do have Nomar Mazara, who is going to be really, really good. He has A potential. He's 76 overall already, 22 years old. So Nomar Mazara is going to be a huge cornerstone of this franchise. One of the best outfielding prospects right now. And obviously, Sin-Soo Choo, he's decent right now, but he is 35 years old. So yeah, that's how the roster looks like. And now I will get into the lineups here. So I've constructed really the lineups for opening day. It's obviously going to change down the season and stuff, but just for opening day, this is what we're going to have. We're going to have Delano DeShields leading off with that 99 speed. definitely really excited about that. Love having leadoff players with really good speed. At number 2 here we have Elvis Andrus, one of the best bats on this team. And at number 3 here we do have our best player on this roster, Adrian Beltre. So he'll be pretty good at the 3 spot here, trying to knock in Delanda Shields and Elvis Anderson if they do get on base. Then at cleanup here we do have Joey Gallo, and he just has immense power, so that's why I put him at number 4. At number 5 we do have Nomar Mazara starting at right field, and at number 6 here we do have Rougned Odor. He has really good power, so he'll be pretty good at the 6th spot. And then DHing here we do have Sin-Soo Choo, and he's at the number 7 spot, and he's a decent bat, nothing special. And I really contemplated using him at outfield over Nomar Mazara, but I just rather get Nomar Mazara in because he has way better accuracy and almost has the same exact arm strength, so it doesn't really matter. And they both basically have the same exact speed as well. Then at the number 8 spot we have Ronald Guzman, and he should add some nice power at the bottom of the lineup. And at the number 9 spot we do have Robinson Chirinos, who's not that great against righties, but he has really good power, so yeah. And this will be the lineup versus lefties. It's basically all the same, except I moved up Robinson Chirinos up to the 5 spot because he has really good power and good contact versus lefties. And I also have Ryan Rua DHing here, and I placed Rougned Odor and Nomar Mazara on the bench. And I decided to put Jurickson Profar in at second base since he can play basically every single position on the field except catching and obviously pitching. So I love having players that can play just a bunch of different positions, and he's a better bat versus lefties than Rougned Odor, so that's why I put him at second base. And yeah, that's basically the changes. And I also do have Sin-Soo Choo at right field versus lefties. And now getting into the pitching rotation, Cole Hamels will be our ace of right now. He is an 83 overall, so he's our best pitcher, nothing we can do really. Mike Minor here will be in the 2nd spot here, followed by Doug Fister, Bartolo Colon, and then Matt Moore will be our last pitcher in the rotation. So here's a look at our bullpen, nothing too crazy. We have Alex Claudio and Jake Dykman as our setups, and then we have Kayla as our closing pitcher. And if you guys were interested, here is how the Texas Rangers coaches look like. I went ahead and fired some players and hired some because they were really bad coaches on this team, like with D attribute grades and C. So I signed some A people, but I kept the manager same, Jeff Bannister. So yeah guys, that mainly does it for the first intro video and the first video of this series. I'm going to be playing this game and recording it shortly, so the opening day game, so I will be showing that to you shortly after in another video. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I'm really excited about starting up this franchise. I would really appreciate it too if you would like or subscribe if you haven't, and I appreciate it if you watched it this far. And yeah, until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.